Hello, hello, hello there. Kim Coles here, and I am so excited to be introducing you to someone really, really special and spectacular. She is one of the wise women of the Wisdom Gifts book collaboration. And after we sit and talk for a little while, you'll see why she's so wise and why she is so amazing in the space of giving her gift to the world in a very special way. So, let me read to you a little bit about Ernetta Caldwell. Ernetta Caldwell is an actress, best-selling author, inspirational speaker, entrepreneur, and registered nurse who currently works as a school nurse in South Carolina to serve children within her community. She was featured as a speaker at the Power Up Summit with Lisa Nichols, Forbes Riley, Chrisette Michele, and me. Her book, A Journey to a Healed Heart, Healing Through a Painful Divorce, is about overcoming dark places to find your destiny. She is the CEO, founder of Beauty for Ashes Transformations LLC, where she inspires women to be all that God created them to be by transforming their mind, body, and spirit to be in alignment with God's purpose for their lives. She is a transformation coach, empowering women to take faith filled action steps to live out their dreams and walk in their purpose. And because of all that, she's the creator of the Prayer Vision Box, which is all about being intentional with prayer and creating a vision plan for your life and for your future. As she always says, pray it, believe it, see it. And when I tell you that Ernetta is a warrior, a prayer warrior, so all your worries go away. Her goal is to passionately help others in need and complete her God given assignments while here on this earth. And she's the creator of a brand new program called Invented by Her, Reinvented by Her. Please welcome to the stage Ernetta Caldwell.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Coach Kim.
Hello, Coach Ernetta. This is one of the joyful ways that she always greets her audiences. Her when she steps on stage, when she steps on her live stream, she always goes, "Hello, everyone," and you instantly feel welcomed by her joy and her spirit. Thank you for being here, Ernetta.
Thank you so much for having me. This is a
Yeah.
great honor.
Well, and it's a great honor to have you in this book, that you said yes to being a part of the Wisdom Gifts. You occurred to me as a woman who absolutely walks in her purpose by helping other women walk in their purpose. And you wrote this beautiful chapter. What made you say yes to being a part of the Wisdom Gifts book?
Well, what made me say yes to a part of this wisdom gift book is number one, because you are my coach and I just love you. Anything that you do, I would love to be a part of. But number two, it was all about the lives of the women and men. You never know who will read it and
Mhm.
be impacted by my story, because I feel like we all have a story. Why keep it inside? Your story can help bless someone else to move them to their next level, to get past their hurts and pains.
It's so true. It's so true. And you, like I said, you live this. When I first met you, I learned about your first book and how you're so vulnerable and so generous in sharing the pain of going through a divorce and the pain of a childhood that was not what the fairy books would say that it should be, and yet you have risen above all of that and used those lessons to serve and help others. Do you want to just give us a little taste of your childhood and the divorce you went through and why you are the woman you are today?
Yes, well, going through a traumatic childhood, I experienced going through foster care, child being violated as a little girl, as well as teen pregnancy, pregnant at the age of 14, had my son at 15. And there was a lot of struggle there because, of course, the statistics say that I would never amount to anything. But because of my faith in God and me believing that I can do anything that I put my mind to, I continued to push hard. Life got great at a point in time when I got married. I thought things was finally, I had arrived to happiness and pure bliss. But then that divorce came unexpectedly, broke my heart. I felt like really at that point giving up on life. There was no more to live for. But God was like, no, turn the page. There's so much more to your chapter. There's so much more that I need for you to do. And
Mhm.
that's what helped get me to that next level.
What happens when we decide to turn the page, Ernetta? I know what happened for you, but what happens when the rest of us go, what happened? I don't know if I should turn that page. I don't know what's on the other side. What do you think is on the other side of that turned page?
Well, like I say, God has given me beauty for ashes, double for my trouble. So when I turned that page, when I released those ashes and allowed those ashes to be behind me, I walked into the beauty of all that God had in store for me. And if He's done it for me, He can do it for you.
Including a new husband, or maybe not so new now, but a new life, right?
Yes,
Yeah. And that you
exactly.
stepped out of being a statistic, and you get to write your own story, like you talk about. So let's talk a little bit about what you've given us in this chapter. You really do occur to me as somebody who lives intentionally, and so it makes sense to me that you want to teach the rest of us about being more intentional. And you lay out several ways that we can be intentional in our lives, and I know that faith is a big deal for you, right?
Yes.
So let's talk about why it's important to be intentional about faith.
Well, it's important to be intentional about faith because a lot of times what happens if we are not intentional, right? If we allow the things around us to clutter our minds, to make us think that, you know what, I lost all hope,
Mhm.
this is the end of everything, I'm done. But the faith is what gives you that fire inside. It ignites you, it gives you that little piece of hope. And
Mm.
when you just have your faith in God to trust that He's going to get you through, you may not know what it's going to look like, you may not know when and how, but you know who. And that's all about the faith, just a faith of a mustard seed.
Mm. I love it. And another one of the intentional tips that you give us in the book, and she actually lays it out for you exactly what to do to step into uh, that space of being 100% intentional. The other one for me was forgiveness. Why is it important to be intentional with your forgiveness?
It is so important to be intentional with your forgiveness because a lot of times when we hold on to hurt and pain, we continue to walk in that. It's going to show on you. And the number one key that I do talk about in my chapter is first, number one, you have to forgive yourself
Mm.
because that's part of the freedom to get you to that next level. And then, of course, you have to forgive those that have hurt you, betrayed you, done you wrong. But know that, hey, sometimes people don't even know that they hurt you.
Mm.
Maybe somewhere down the line, they'll come back and say, I'm sorry. But you may not never get that apology. But
Mm.
the key is to forgive anyway.
And does this also lead us to being intentional about not living in the past?
Absolutely.
Mhm.
When you stay in the past, your life is just going to be a part of your past. You're going to keep replaying everything that you've gone through, everything that you've seen and done. It's time for you to look forward to the future. That's why the prayer vision box is so important because it's all about creating that life that you want to live. Those prayers that you're believing that God is going to answer, and you will see your life change. And it part of this story for me was my little girl helped me when I was going through my divorce. She said, Mommy, let's create a vision board. And because of her faith, it helped me to move forward in my life.
And you created this really beautiful product and way that you teach. So everybody knows about vision boards, but you've created this prayer vision box, which I just think amplifies the I guess it's designed to amplify, I should say, amplify and amplify the actual visions that you have. So can you talk a little bit about your prayer vision box and the classes that you teach and workshops that you teach around that?
Yeah, so the prayer vision box is all about pray it, believe it, see it. You actually just create your vision board inside of your box. And it's all about those dreams and visions that you have for yourself. It's about you framing your future, not framing your past. A lot of times we frame our past and the things that have hurt us, or even the memories, right? We like to capture memories, but at the same time it's about moving forward to what you want to see your life go to that next level. So I do a workshop, and it's a great workshop. We come together, it's with women, and we just love on each other, believe with each other, whatever it is that you have that you want to see your life go to, we support you in that.
I think we need more of that for sure. And now you have this new program also called Reinventing Her. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, reinvented by her is all about you reinventing yourself. No
Yeah.
one can reinvent you but you.
Right.
If you want to see the transformation in your life, it's time for you to take yourself to the next level. Take
Mhm.
your mindset to the next level, believe in you in ways that you never believed in you. Because a lot of times we want other people to push us, but it's hard to push yourself. And
Mhm.
in this program, it's about you stepping out of your comfort zone. It's about you shifting your mindset. And it's about you being the best version of you. Yes, I'm excited, y'all.
I could tell. I love your passion. There's so many people, and we've talked about this before, who have these things in the past, these, experiences that have happened, difficulties and traumas and drama. And it really is that intentional piece and making the decision on who you want to be and the life you want to be, and then having a vision and making it plain. And I love that you've created this space and this workshop, so for people to take these visions and put them in the prayer vision box, and open that box up and let me look and see how I'm doing, and then to have the intention to be reinvented by yourself. I
Yes,
love that you're giving people the tools to be able to do that. So thank you for doing that in the world.
yes.
I would say to you, what's next for, I want to call you, you have a secret name, Nurse Netta. you know, I got to tell you, I've been in Ernetta's world, and she's been in my world for a while. And one time she came into our group, and she did a rap. Like, she has this alter ego. And I love the way you also talk to the children. So you're a school nurse, but you know that they love music. And so you created this rap. I'm not gonna put you on the spot and have you do it now. And she's like, oh yes, I have an alter ego. I'm Nurse Netta. And I was like, I love that you are speaking into the listening of the kids as well. So can you talk about your passion for your kids that you work with too?
Well, let me just shout out Principal Wooder, Kelly Miller Elementary School. Shout out to all of you, all of my babies. They know I love them. I do a lot of dancing with them and singing and having a good time, because that's what life is about.
Mhm.
Us being in, of course, a pandemic and going through everything, we have to find the joy, and we have to find those things that can spark that joy inside of us to make us happy. So, working as a school nurse, it is such a great honor to serve the community, serve the youth. I'm all about teaching the youth you can be anything you want to be. You can do whatever you it is that you want to do and become. So that's my goal. And I think a part of me was, because I had such a rough childhood, being able to turn around to work with the children, just to sow that seed in them, to believe in them, to let them know that somebody is rooting for them, and that's me.
That's you all the way. And what I love about that, Ernetta, is, you said to me one time that, these kids come to school and you don't know what they're dealing with at home. Sometimes you can sense that there's something or sadness or something is amiss, and that you provide a place of safety and joy and peace. Who's to say, and I'm certain, within all certainty, that you have sowed that seed into them and that you've made a difference in their life. And my dream for you, my vision for you, would be years and years and years from now that you'll be getting messages, and I don't even know if we'll have Facebook then, but somebody reaching out and go, hey, Miss Nurse, remember me? I attended the school and you sewed into me, into my life, and I have a new vision for the life, and this is how I turned out to be. I know that's going to happen for you.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I would love that.
Yeah. And for you to be getting those messages now and 100 years from now.
Yes.
Thank you so much for showing up, and answering the call, right? The call that was placed on your life. and being intentional about it always. You always show up in that way, and there's an integrity in you that I love witnessing, and I'm just so grateful that you are what I'm using the term now, the ripple in the pond, right? And you will continue to do so as Nurse Netta and as Ernetta Caldwell, as the Prayer Vision Box creator, as the reinvented by her creator,
Yeah.
and all the other programs and services that you're gonna put in the world. So thank you.
And don't forget about dating God until Mr. Right comes. So for all the single ladies out there, if you are waiting for your Mr. Right, come to the workshop. I'm telling you.
Can we talk about the concept of that? Thank you for reminding that she dated God until the Mr. Right came along. And it's like, it's again being intentional with your thinking about what you really, really want. Do you want to talk about that real quick? Because I can't just let that drop and you not give us a little taste of what that's all about.
Yes, it was all about me being intentional with number one, my relationship with God, and number two, my relationship with myself. It was about me learning who I am. Sometimes we can get in relationships, we really don't know who we are. We really don't love ourselves to that next level. To really fall in love with you, it's a powerful thing. And when I got to that point in my life, and me and God was going to the movies, we was going out to eat together. I mean, it was just me and God. And then this man came along and I said, God, who is this? Is this who you really bringing my way? Like, I had to question God because I was having such a great time with God that I wasn't even ready for a relationship. But God was like, no, this is who you prayed for and this is who I sent to you. So yes, so and I still date God. Even when I'm married, y'all, you never stop dating God.
Thank you. I love it. Thank you. Thank you for that. I thank you for reminding for putting that in the space so people know about that too. All the best to you, all continued success. So glad that you're in this book. So glad that you are the prayer warrior that you are. I've been in your space when Ernetta prays. All kinds of things are moving because she has a direct connection to the divine, direct connection to God. We be listening to you because God, you be listening to God. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And more to come. I know it. I feel it. I can't wait to see it. Thank you, Ernetta Caldwell. And you can go to ernettacaldwell.com, right, to connect to all the things Ernetta.
Yes.
All right. All right. That was
And
Ernetta Caldwell, y'all.
and thank you so much for being the visionary. I wouldn't be here or could do this without you. So thank you.
No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you.